Big Boss Jog Radio Show. Listeners are encouraged to rise up, confront the U.S. government, be part of the solution, join up with the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America, the Alamo placed as the capital. Analyst Assessment, Episode 31. Video clip being assessed was posted by NBC News on April 5, 2019. Airtime 52 minutes, 2 seconds. It's windy outside and the doors are shutting and closing. It's a beautiful day outside. Spring breeze. 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Oh, it's almost summertime. All the same. Heating up outside. Enjoying the breeze. 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Before that, though, there's something interesting said here at 12 minutes and 21 seconds. Statement made Gloria, who's being termed in the conference Chief Gloria. She's an agent at the U.S. Border Patrol. That's being termed Border Patrol. Statement made, Gloria. 70 miles of border that our agents patrol. Listener needs to be aware that the group of Gloria, with President Kevin, the militants from Border Patrol, isn't the same group as the U.S. President. So when he's referred to as you and he's being termed in with the group of our, what's happening is there's two different groups in that group of ours because of preconceived ideas. A U.S. DIA psychological operation to offend a whole entire group of people. I'll tie it to billionaires. He was up there, he's up at the podium. Him, president he is, mentioned that all aspiring billionaires such as him, because it's really just a front, are rapists and murderers. And the phrase was repeated time and time again, but I don't even want to do that to billionaires. It's offensive and shouldn't be done to any group. The Yankee public approved, repeated the same derogatory phrase, had to repeat it to them incessantly. So anytime that a billionaire is around a Hispanic, well, it's offensive. But it's a specific billionaire. Well, it's all a front. And as he mentioned, aspiring billionaires such as himself, he termed rapists and murderers. It's a psychological operation carried out by the U.S. DIA for an ignorant population to follow an ignorant way. Easily seen through. They did the same with the colors black and white. Said, oh, hey, wait, stop with the spin wheel, come back over here. Said the words mentioned, they were listened to another time. Black with white. Well, what happens in the mind? Do they think of the color white on the White House? Or black on the, and what do I compare it to so it's not derogatory? Well, I don't know. But it's not the sky. So I won't compare the two. Yeah, ebony. Alright. Yeah, there's a wood named ebony. Yeah. Well, is that what arrives in the mind of the listener? No, it's not. It's race. So if a Caucasian describes a black car, if there's an African-descended individual in the proximity, they're offended another time because what's termed a white, which grates on the Caucasian as well when spoken by a African-descended individual. So it goes both ways. And Yankee Sam spins those two words. So much so that the population has filled themselves with racism. Not just one race, The entire population. And there's much more than two groups. The racial makeup of the Yankee USA. But they fell for the trap. And that's of being ignorant. Repeating the catchphrases. Key words. If they choose to get with a different show, drop the old lingo. Stay with the show. Opt to join up with the revolution. Be part of the solution. Liberate the Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. 1221 to 1235 was perceived by the subconscious of the viewer. Understood the message makes known Gloria soon will be claimed a territory. California will announce autonomy. Public is being conditioned. 12 minutes 42 seconds. Our resources are strained. Gloria is supposedly discussing the issue one-on-one with the president in front of everyone. Though the hour includes anyone who listens, and they must decipher our to be the United States of America with the allocated funds that are appropriated to U.S. Border Patrol are strained. They must perceive all of that with the word our. See the problem out there, people? They're being programmed with these words our, us, we. They're thinking at a very reduced intellect level. And that is precisely the intention. That's how a person stripped of their identity willingly gives up their citizenship. Wakes up one day and realizes their governance ceded away territory. They weren't agreed. That's right. Well, they're receiving the warning. Take action. The instruction will never be sent in the form of you, because the programmer is there to abuse. They're there to amuse themselves. They keep the others subdued. They will not send instruction in the form of you to rise up. You out there, revolutionary, need to start to think spontaneously, outside of the programming. No longer think in the abstract you. Be one with reality. Speak with given details, hard facts. You when it's necessary. There's the person and that's them and that's you in that case. But see, even to say that another time, Yankee Sam has abused the word so much so that the English language has been poisoned. It sickens the mind. Even when the word you is spoken at the correct moment, because of the abuse, again the person's mind starts spinning. Allocating the you, such as in that case our, is the United States of America with the U.S. taxpayer dollars, the allocation of funds appropriated to the U.S. Border Patrol was specified in our. $12.47. Actions of Gloria, computer generated. She knocks the hand on the table. Everyone knows who presides inside the courtroom. Knocks the mallet another time. That's right. The judge. $12.50, and it's completely inappropriate. A subordinate with their superior knows better than to wag a hand, such as that general did there a moment back, and such as Gloria's behaving, knocking the hand on the table. The canned intonation, she scolds the president with her tone, such as the general, canned, very emboldened, has authority, at times scolds, when described, lacked respect for the U.S. armed forces, but used other words to say so. But that was the impression to be given, referring to the general. This is all done with computer generation, canned intonation. Even though the person saying yes, the tone can be no. Yes. This is much different than yes. Go ahead versus you go ahead and, well, you went ahead. Well, that's what's happening time and time again. Canned intonation all throughout the production. And it's not only these 52 minutes, it's every program. 5-minute lapse. Executive Order 1993. Executive Order USDIA Directorate. 5-minute lapse on every broadcast. Before that, it was 5 seconds. Had lasted for decades. They weren't able to do this. They came up with the dialogue, put in place the directorate. They, the USDIA. Placed in front of Gloria on the table is a jumbo plastic drink cup. Condition the public, radio placed on the table. War report from the war room. Plastic bottles with plastic cups. Country of the USA just couldn't do it. Decided to give up. What a sorry state of affairs. Affairs. Sorry state. China should have been set. More ornate accommodations. USA isn't in a time of war. Viewed our more ornate accommodations on border crosses in the most remote parts of the world. Can do better at putting on a conference. The production is to give the impression of a temporary command post. There it is, another broadcast. Times of war, past decades, shown was more class. Better behaved group. Citizens of the U.S. have low expectations. Now, decades later, current date, whether it's the decor or just more of the slop talk, usual standard awaits the slop. Turned into a slob due to the sloppy style. Referring to Yankee, nearly everything is lost. About to not have a nation. About to lose citizenship. It's due to the computer-generated dialogue. They're operating at a reduced intellect level. What's being placed by the USDIA is slop talk. They also place the style. That's that of the slob, the fornicator. Not Slav from Slavia. Slob. Sloppy. Fornicators. Gyrating, doing that Yankee gyration. All awaiting to be another time fornicated. And Yankee is fornicated like few others. 13:21. Yes. Continuing on, statement made Gloria. They get a court date soon and be able to get released into the community. Word it is in favor sides with the illegal migrant. Plants the idea. Immigrant is the illegal migrant. Differences between the two? Immigrant goes through a process. With time becomes a citizen. Illegal migrants are to be deported. Transported to the port of exit. Nearest. Inside of the U.S. territory, they're at the exit gate. Given their deportation documents. Allowed to cross over into Mexico. Up to the Mexican authorities what is done with the formerly apprehended in the U.S. territory, recently released at the gate, about to walk across. No, right there on the pathway. Oh, that one got apprehended, and that one too. Yeah, and another also. Oh, from criminal past that include child violations to murder to all the rest. They don't describe the situation. That's the Yankee media and the computer-generated dialogue in an efficient manner. And the group of illegal migrants consists of everyone. They're illegal. They're undocumented. I've been undocumented. I've been with warrants for my arrest. I know how it is to be an illegal migrant. Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's difficult. And that's everywhere in the world. Criminals. It's a little difficult. And there's a reason why. Immigration law. Every country has immigration law. Who's lost and doesn't understand immigration is the Yankee public that's about to lose their nation. The issue of illegal migration is going to be one of the reasons that territory will be ceded to a group that exists in California. The ethnic minorities, specifically the Hispanic group at the Border Patrol. During the 52 minutes, they're going to make clear, the programmers, that the ones with higher percentage ethnicity are going to form a group, which is the majority of the Border Patrol that works along the border in California, Arizona, New Mexico, into Texas. What is that, Colorado River? Yeah, right there, and all the rest. Who also will receive territory, and the legislators will claim, due to reparations based on a false history, the ones claiming reparations cannot claim. Listener, for a Native American to receive a check, they must show that they have 14% native blood. The Africans that are claiming reparations, the majority, 99%, can't show that they have blood, that they're of the bloodlines that were brought over as slaves before the time of the Civil War in the 1860s. So why do they have a right? If a person has 13% native blood, they don't get a check. They get honorary membership. Okay, well, they get an honorary degree. They have 13%. Or they have, really, in actuality, none. And how many is that group? Over 80%? They arrived after 1940. Brought here for the reason to break up the United States of America. Were allowed to migrate. Are ungracious to their host country. Don't care. Been in the United States of America for a short while. Feel more affinity towards their origin countries, the continent of Africa. And what happens to the revolution, those who are disgruntled are welcome to return to Africa, to their origin place. Begin anew. It's another move. They weren't here long. If they feel to get along, understand their place. They're not owed reparations. (1321) Statement made Gloria. Use term fake family. That is to degrade the term family. Never should the word fake be attached to family. Yankee does not have respect for the family unit. That's why they have a degraded society. Revolutionaries, they know another lingo. Oh yeah, one that takes them in a positive direction. They don't tie derogatory words to words of importance that have significance, such as family, that are an integral part of our society. Positive words are attached with those words, and one needs to be described a situation where adults are using children as shields, as cover, to appear as a family. That should be termed an illegitimate family. Pick up the intellect. Get off the catchphrases. Computer-generated dialogue. The words of Gloria, the words of Don, Kevin, Brandon, Oscar, and all the rest there at the table. Oh, what a disgraceful performance. About to go away is the U.S. presidency. The programmers are going to instate another, probably the commissioner, or have it be President Kevin. Oh, well, what's his name? He could be such as a governor. Should have referred to him as what's his name, though I don't know his first name. Yeah, I just know they mention it as they drive by and say they informed him his last name's Newsom. And one day to the next, he'll be considered president of the Autonomous Region of California, such as Kevin, the president of the National Council, National Border Patrol Council. Whose council is that? The national one. The country of us, of ours. Soon to be termed America, if they live in that part of the territory. 1326, statement made Gloria. So by the way, those are the things agents go through. Unacceptable is the phrase, by the way, with the commander-in-chief, by the way. And it wasn't with that tone. He was being told. And either way, even if it was friendly, he's the commander-in-chief. And he's being talked to as another of the bunch. And by doing so, turned himself into the chump. Supposed to be the leader. Instead, he's being led. And what's occurring is through computer-generated dialogue, the U.S. presidency is being lost, being taken away. Lost by the U.S. citizen, taken away by the programmer. And who's about to lose further? The U.S. citizen. Their citizenship. Time to rise up. Confront the U.S. government. Liberate the Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. Our one only God. He helps me do this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks, along with gratitude, for our Father in heaven, our one only God. This is the Big Boss Jock, momentarily signing off.